hours for this department. I work District 1 evenings with a bunch of really great guys. Well, I actually worked in retail. I was a manager with Gap Kids in Philadelphia before I moved to Florida. And I also worked for Prudential Insurance as a disbursement technician. And when we decided to relocate to Florida, I knew I wanted to be a police officer, but the timing really wasn't right because I had 2 little ones at home, and up north it's very difficult to be a police officer. There's the civil service exam and all of these things that you have to really go through, which is good, but you could be on a wait list for years and be secure in another job before you're actually called. So when I moved to Florida, I started looking to see what you needed to do in order to be trained in the state of Florida, and that's when I decided to go to the academy. But my kids then were 2 and 4 at the time, so I went to the evening academy, and that was like 9 months long. So I went from 5 to 9, or roughly 10.
So it was like a part-time academy instead of like the full-time where you go every day.
Yes.
That's why it was so long.
Yes, you have a lot more adults in that type of academy than you do your younger officers.
So you wanted to be a police officer even up in Philadelphia.
I did.
But it was just kind of out of reach for you there.
Yes. Yep. I worked midnights on road patrol for 2.5 years, and then I was asked to do an undercover detail for 2 months. So I did that, which was interesting. And then when I completed that and that was over with, I decided to put in for criminal investigations, and I worked property crimes for a short period of time, and then I switched over to persons crimes, which I liked even more. I actually loved working as a detective. So I did that for about 3 years, and then I decided to have my 3rd child, and I went to recruiting for 3 years.
Kind of shaping the way the agency grows and stuff. Huh?
Yes.
Is that exciting?
Yes, it really was. Just meeting, just going out and meeting all of the, people that are interested in law enforcement, going to different colleges, job fairs, high schools. We did a lot of presentations at high schools at the time. And we had some really, really good officers, during that time. So I'm very proud of the work that I did in recruiting. And then I went back. We went through the layoff. We went through that period of time with our department, and we actually shut down training and recruiting for a time. So I went back to road patrol, and then I moved back to CID, and then from CID I decided to take the sergeant's exam, and I was promoted last November. I thought that it was going to be a lot harder to get back into, working on the road and, on a 10-hour shift versus 8-hour shift, but it's fine. I love it. I love what I do, and I think police work, you have the opportunity to have a positive effect on so many different people that, and you really don't know what the effect is until many years later sometimes. I've had moms come up to me years later and thank me for things that I don't even remember, but it made a big, huge impact on their life at the time. So I love what I do. I wouldn't do anything else. for me personally, I've always felt very spoiled here. And I use that word a lot, spoiled, because we have, we're not really lacking for anything. We make a good salary. We have the equipment that we need. I don't have any complaints. I don't have any complaints. So as far as other agencies are concerned, I have not worked for any other agencies, so I cannot compare. I know what other agencies have to offer, and I know I wouldn't go anywhere else. Well, the one thing that stands out, there's a couple things. The one was with you when we were working together. The guy that spit on me. That was, well, it wasn't funny, but it wasn't funny at the time. But that stands out because, obviously I missed the
takedown.
The takedown. Yeah, but I was new. I was learning.
Well, plus
but you took care of me.
Plus, it's not every day that you have, a criminal spitting at you, and the case that you were talking about. He was a violent person that was being arrested for
domestic violence.
For domestic, so.
Well, that was the guy that hit his wife with the ashtray and busted her head open.
Right.
But as far as I know that you and I were talking about this before we actually got together, but I don't really think the most memorable thing has really happened. But I think that it will happen on Monday. My son is going to be sworn in as one of our officers on Monday at 11 o'clock. And I think that for me will be the most memorable thing that has ever happened to me as a parent, as somebody that loves this job as much as I do, and loves this department like I do. I think that's going to be it for me. I know I'm going to cry.
That was the one that was 2 years old when we started working
2.
here.
Yes, he was 2.
You nervous about that?
No. I'm very proud. I'm excited for him. I am not nervous. He's got a very good head on his shoulders, and he's very smart. So I know that he's going to make good choices.
And how does your detective husband feel about him becoming a police officer?
He's thrilled. Eddie had actually said that he was going to be a police officer when he was about 11. So I knew it was coming. But we weren't really the type of individuals either that really came home and told stories and, discussed what we saw or, what we were dealing with. We just didn't do that. So it was a little bit of a surprise to me when he, right around 11, started talking about it. I think so. He's always been very compassionate. He's the type of, he's the type of individual that will pull over and help somebody. Like this, it just happened yesterday. He was pulling over to help somebody, and somebody smashed into his truck. Whenever he, was trying to, jump somebody else's car. So.
Is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine. Oh yeah, he wasn't in the truck. He was actually outside of, helping the guy. So it was good. I'm actually in school right now to try to get my bachelor's degree. So I would like to finish that, and then I think I want to be really good at what I'm doing first, because the time that I spent in criminal investigations was really invaluable. Kind of gives you the big picture of
Beverly. She advised that
the whole agency, and seeing cases through to the very end, and knowing where they're going to go through the state attorney's office, and seeing the outcome, and that experience, like, you can't, I feel like you almost have to have that in order to be a really effective supervisor on the road. Because you can explain that, and you can kind of see, whenever you're going on calls, where these things could go, and you can explain to everybody, how the process is going to be. But I think for me, I like to leave my options open, and I really will do whatever I'm needed to do. That's kind of the way I think about things. If the department needs me to do something, then I'll do it. I thought perhaps, move up to lieutenant by the time I retire, maybe. The only thing that I would tell somebody that's thinking about being a police officer is pick the agency that you're going to stay at. Pick the right one in the very beginning, and if you really feel like, it's a particular department, hang in there until you get what you want. Don't stop until, you figure out what department you want to be at, and stay there. Give them 100%. Don't jump around from agency to agency, and make good choices. That is key in law enforcement. You have to make good choices. You have to hold on to your integrity, because once you even would consider doing the wrong thing, you might as well stop being a police officer. You might as well just give it up, because you'll never get that trust back, ever. Those are the two things that I would say is really important.
Those are good words of wisdom. Well, we appreciate it, and everybody, thank you for joining in.